We're going to read this Reddit article, or Reddit post rather. I, 29 female, started therapy and I can't stop thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend, 30-year-old male of 8 years. Please help.
God. Okay, wait. All right, let's do some math. 8 years.
21. She was 21. He was 30. He was 22. Just break up. All right. I recently started therapy for a number of issues, i.e. low self-esteem, negative self-talk, undiagnosed ADHD, anxiety, and possibly trauma. It's been a rough ride. I've really been struggling and learning a lot about myself. I've discovered I was emotionally neglected by both my parents, and it's been a huge impact on the person I am. I've been with my boyfriend since college, and we get along really well. We play the same sport, have similar interests, enjoy each other's company. The past 4 years have been hard for him. His dad passed away suddenly, and his mother was hospitalized with a serious illness for over a year. I stopped caring for myself for those couple of years. I gave my everything. I pushed down all my emotions and made myself as low maintenance as possible while making sure he had everything he needed emotionally, physically. I was so burnt out from this time period, I felt like I honestly had nothing left to give, but eventually things settled. His mother recovered, and we got back into a new normal routine. We have a house in his hometown near where his mother lives. I feel like a shell of a person. I was coasting through life feeling numb and constantly looking forward to the next thing. Now that we are settled and I've started therapy, I can't help but realize how lonely and unseen I feel. I've had multiple discussions about needing more emotional support in the relationship, and he listens and says he's giving what he knows how to give, or tries to argue that he does give, or he does. Other times he'll say he'll try to make an effort, but it never happens. He's so well intended, but I fear we aren't compatible emotionally, and that terrifies me. I love him so much, but I feel so lonely in this relationship. I feel like I've completely lost myself and have no motivation for my interests. I feel like I've molded myself to fit into his life, and it's not our life. Is there hope for us? I really don't know anymore. I don't think about the future anymore, and I sometimes fantasize of my life if we did break up. I feel so guilty. Can someone please offer some advice?
Don't feel guilty. You're not married.
You're not married. Even if you were married, I wouldn't feel guilty. You need to break up with him.
Yeah.
Like,
stop fantasizing and make it happen.
Make it happen. You just feel guilty because it was 8 years and he went through some trauma. But, like, you went through trauma, too. You were right there with him, dealing with all that shit. And then you made yourself a different person for his benefit. And then now that things are normal, you're like, oh, my needs aren't being met. And he can't meet them. He's letting you know he can't meet your needs. And you're like, oh, well, I should probably stay maybe, even though you're not happy.
No.
The therapy is telling you you're not happy.
Yeah.
So you need to change your situation.
You might have to, sell your share in the house and move to a different town.
I would move to a different town.
She says that they're close to where his mom lives, but was like, what about where her family is?
Where's your family in this situation at all?
It sounds like she doesn't have a good relationship with them, so maybe she doesn't talk to them anymore.
That's true.
So go make yourself a new life.
It's time. 8 years is a long time to be with someone, and if you're not happy, then why stay? Like, what's the point? You're like fantasizing about another life.
Yeah, your body is telling you to go.
And I'm like, if you're in therapy for all this stuff, then bring it up to the therapist too. Be like, listen, Linda, I'm thinking about leaving my boyfriend because of all the stuff that I've been through. They're probably gonna be like, if you feel like that's what you need to do, you probably should do it. Like, they're gonna probably agree with you. Yeah. I highly doubt they're gonna be like, oh no, you should stay in this relationship that you're not happy with. Like, bring it up in therapy. Why are you asking Reddit? All right, let's go through the responses. Therapy is often a process of elimination, meaning when it starts, a lot of emotions come up. A therapist can suggest and guide, but doesn't have eyes on your life, so they can only echo back the things you're saying, filtered through their training. As you move through this, you'll start to be able to take some of it in and reject other parts. Point being that you shouldn't make any major decisions very early in the therapy journey. Maybe give it a few more months so you don't just reactively do something you'll regret. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that at all. I think that's bad advice.
The original poster says, I agree with everything you say. This isn't something I've discussed with my therapist. You should talk to your therapist about it. I have had these thoughts in the past, maybe 5 years ago, but then his dad suddenly died, and I've been in survival mode ever since.
Okay, so you already knew that you wanted to break up with him before his dad died, so you decided to stick around through the trauma, even though you knew you were doing a disservice to yourself.
That makes no sense. 3 years into the relationship, you wanted out, and then you stayed another 5 years because he was going through some traumatic shit.
It's not your responsibility to stay with someone to be there for them while they're going through trauma.
He could have gone to a therapist.
He could have gone to therapy himself. He could have leaned on his, I don't know, friends. Does he have friends? It's not your responsibility.
This person says, being an outsider, only knowing what you type, my gut tells me that this relationship may have ran its course. 8 years is long enough to really get to know someone, and the fact that you're even considering moving on in life without this person speaks volumes. I feel like that right there. Like, dude, move on. Let's see. This person says, he sounds like he cares about you and is receptive to trying, so why not do couples counseling? He simply may not understand your perspective or how best to help. Original poster writes, I have asked him about going to individual therapy in the past because of how the past few years may have affected him, but he's very closed off to the idea of therapy in general. Break up with him.
Break up. No.
Break up with him. That is dumb. No, he's not willing to change that.
He's already told you who he is.
Then what's the point of this relationship? That's crazy. No. Any other? Did she respond to anything? No. No.
Just leave. Stop lying to yourself.
You didn't want to be with him 3 years into the relationship and you stayed another 5. That's crazy.
No.
My mustache is getting itchy. I'm like, that's crazy.
What does somebody else say? Don't stay with a mistake because you spent a long time making it.
Yeah, don't cling to a mistake. Yeah.
That.
That's wild. Just break up with every freaking Reddit post about, like, should I break up with my partner? Yes. Most likely.
Yes. You deserve better.
If you're thinking about it, maybe you should do it.
Go start a new life. It's never too late.
It's never too late. You could be with someone 20, 30 years. You should break up with them still.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a life to live. What if you only have another 10 years to live? Wouldn't you want to be happy in those 10 years? Think about that. Think about that. All right. That's our thoughts. Just break up with them.